Hello, good morning. I'm Major Mohammed Ali Shah. I have the proud privilege and honor to be in conversation with a personality who needs no introduction at all. She's the daughter of a very, very illustrious father, comes from a very, very illustrious family, who herself is a renowned personality in her own right. And just yesterday, she completed a very, very successful seminar, and we congratulate her for that. Of course, Mrs. Bella K. Gupta, who is the daughter of Major Bob Khating. Of course, yes, ladies and gentlemen, who was the first ambassador from India of tribal origin. And let's go straight ahead and speak to Bella ma'am. Ma'am, good morning and Jai Hind, and thank you very much for spending time, ma'am.
Good morning, and thank you so much for just, I don't know why you want to interview me, but anyway, um, you want to know about my father. Um, well, I only remember that, since childhood, he's always been very, very active. He's always in and out and whatnot. As children, we hardly saw him. He was always out on tours, or he was some campaign or the other. And but he was, everybody regarded him very highly, and we all had that sense of pride and that feeling that he was someone special. So this is right from the beginning, because um, although uh, my mother's from Shillong, and he's of course Tangkhul from Manipur. Somehow they met during the wartime, and he had gone to Shillong to study, to do his first of all his high school and all that, and later on he went to Bishop Cotton's in Guwahati, where he became very friendly with my mama, an uncle of mine, who became a doctor, my mother's brother. So he was invited sometimes to come to Shillong, and that is how he, um, met my mother, and somehow they got on together. And during the war years also, when he had to go to the front, and it was my mother who would be, sending all these music and messages and whatnot to him and his colleagues, you know, like um, because many of the songs they didn't know all the words. So it's like "You Are My Sunshine," that was a big hit, and that was, so somehow after the war only they got married. And of course in those days it was, it was not a usual kind of thing, for two, even from tribals in the Northeast. So he was, of course, in the army still, and with his army uniform and everything. And he, both of, they got married in the Maukhar church in Shillong. That church no longer is there. A new church has been built, but these are the memories, because one's memories also come from photographs. Of course, we were not there, but somehow then all children were really born in Shillong, in Roberts Hospital, and but he would always be somewhere else on some trip or the other. Um, so we had, but whenever he came, we always looked up to him. He was very warm, very warm-hearted, and he was always warm-hearted with everybody. He bonded. I think that is the word. That right from, with either his staff or his colleagues or anyone, the bonding was the main thing. that I would think just now, you know. So that's why he had this huge, um, a lot of people who followed him, who really adored him, whether he went to Nagaland or Arunachal or anywhere, even today he's remembered. I still remember um, in Twensang when when he was posted then to Mokokchung, and the last day, the whole town came to just pull his jeep across, more than a mile. And his driver said, "No, today I will resign. I cannot live without my Saab." So this was the kind of fervor that he inspired in people. And this was, all different types of categories of people. So for us children, we were more or less like, because he was posted here, there, and everywhere. And we were in boarding schools, so that our education would not be disturbed. And that was in Shillong. And later on, we went to other places, of course. Um, but whether it was Twensang, Mokokchung, Kohima, it was always, and then we were in Tezpur also during the, when the China, India-China war broke out. Then he was their security commissioner. So after that, then he went as chief secretary to Nagaland again. And from there, then he went to Burma as India's first tribal um, ambassador. That was in 71 to 74. So then after that, he came back, but the government didn't want to. They wanted to send him as a governor to some place or the other, and he said no more. But he went back to Manipur to serve the people in various ways, like when there was president's rule, he had gone there to help out. Then also with the other committees that were there. Uh, and that is where he went to help out always. He was always there for Manipur and Nagaland. Of course, you must be knowing already that he had started in Manipur when he was there as, after the war, when uh, the states of the Raja asked him to come back after the war to join the cabinet. The Maharaja called him back, and he joined there as a minister for hills. There he started the Manipur Rifles and all these Manipur police in Nagaland and Nagaland NAP, Nagaland Armed Police. He also started the Naga Regiment when he was when he was.
Ma'am, you are being cut from the frame. If you can just come position your face
Oh, yeah.
slightly
I'm
more in the
sorry.
frame. Yes.
I'm sort of speaking to somewhere else, and I forget I'm holding a phone. I'm not very competent with all these things, but all right. Now you can hear me.
Yeah, very clearly, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So anyway, um, and I was saying that he then started the Naga regiment also when he was uh, in Nagaland, and that because he wanted to bring out all the underground people to something positive instead of just working for just fighting, going on fighting for nothing. and just losing their lives and their youth and the whole future. And after that, my sister and I accompanied him to Burma, and him and my mother. And of course, it was a different world altogether. You see, in Nagaland, you all know each other, and of course, a lot of partying and whatnot. When he was chief secretary there, I had to help out with my mother, the entertaining, and all. There's a lot of entertaining. But in Rangoon, that time it was called Rangoon. Um, it was a different world altogether. We had people, I mean, the embassies from all over the world, and different types of people that you had to um, talk to and involve yourself with. So my sister studied there in the university. She did her MA because Rangoon University was very, very famous earlier. But at that time, they had only the English section. So she studied there. I joined, apart from helping out my mother and the entertaining and all that, I joined UNICEF also. So that gave me a different um, outlook on on Burma and Burmese people. But they're all very, very friendly, very loving, and you know, very, very nice people. Very, very calm and cool. I don't know what has happened now with all these, the now the army taking over and all that. But
Military junta, and of course, man.
yes, all
February
that.
2021, the military junta took over, and then of course people have.
Right,
And let's
right.
talk about your memories from Nagaland, because that's a place I have very fond memories. In fact, I speak fluent Nagamese. I speak different
Right.
dialects as well. Like you spoke about Mokokchung, I speak Ao. You spoke about Kohima, I speak Angami as well. You spoke about Twinsang, I speak Konyak as well. In fact, I spent very good time in Mon and Twinsang both. So
Oh,
I have very, very fond memories of Nagaland, in fact, and Manipur, of course. And let's talk about your memories from Nagaland, man.
Nagaland, the thing is, as I told you, we were always out of Nagaland. We were just in school. We were in the boarding schools. So we went there only for our winter holidays, which was 2.5 months or something. So it was not much of, I don't know, I mean, we never picked up all the languages that you have spoken of, but.
Apuni Nagamese jani ase, olop olop.
Na,
Olop olop ni jani ase. Hoy 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 hoy. Apuni khaise khan nai. Apuni logote lok pai kena bichi 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 paise.
you see, now we didn't even get to speak Nagamese that way, you know. So anyway, but we only remember over there, like Republic Day, Independence Day, and all that. When my father had to go and make the salute to the, the field, or mm, and the army used to come up um, to the house, the band, all that kind of thing. And but it was a lovely time, like very, very lovely time. Both here and of course in Kohima, I I also study. I also taught in the high school there.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
There is a very famous school called LFS, Little Flower School, which is there in Shillong as well.
No, not Little Flower School. This is the government high school.
Oh,
This is
it's
the
very
government
close to the cathedral in Kohima. Yes, yes, of
the
course.
government high school. It was on the other
Right.
side of right. So I taught there, and I taught English, and
Oh, wow. My favorite
I'm
subject,
very
man.
I'm very happy to tell you that my students were very good. They passed the English, with very, very high marks, and they all worshipped me also.
Hi,
So,
how sweet is that? How sweet is
huh?
that? Ma'am, English teachers are always the students' favorite teachers. Always, everywhere I've seen that. Who's the favorite teacher? The English teacher.
You see, now some of the students were so much older than I was, but all very naughty also. And I was much younger to many of these, but they studied and they were very, very keen to learn and to speak English. But anyway, so I mean, the teacher teaching Hindi was not so popular because they couldn't understand the Hindi. But the English was quite all right. Nagamis, of course, they knew. So, anyway, but it was a good time. And, when you meet so many different types of people from different walks of life, uh, you know, you get an understanding, a better understanding of the world, of humanity. It's not like you're boxed up in a flat in Delhi and you hardly meet your neighbors or anything like that. But everybody, I mean, everyone, it was a whole big family together. So I can only remember, very warm and very good things about Nagaland or even Burma. Burma also made a lot of friends, and I think my father was also involved in, the border, uh, uh, the lining of the boundary rather of India and Burma. So all these things and everyone is
The Burma that I have seen, ma'am, is from across Moray, the red and white bridge from Moray the side and Tamu the other side. I've just
mm,
seen Tamu from there. That's about from where I is. That's about it. That's the memories
okay,
I have of Burma. And of course, I'm told that they are houses which are on the border, where one side opens in the drawing room and the other side is in India, and the kitchen is in Burma. There's such houses
That's
apparently, I believe.
quite right. And when we went there, then a whole lot of the um, when Burma started, I mean, it was more or less started by the Indians, the Chattiars, but they were chased away later on by Newin's regime, and they all ran across to through Tamil, a lot of them, and settled down over there in that area only. So you find a lot of South Indians also on the border.
Of course. In fact, even Moray, they are Tamil
Mo-
restaurants in Moray where you get
Yes,
idli sambar rasam.
right.
Yeah.
They've married into the with the locals and all that. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting.
So the history of those South Indians are they were there, they had gone there for trade. And when they had to leave from there, some of them left, some of them did not leave. When they went back to South India, they realized
Mm,
they were from the tea community. They couldn't
right,
do anything else. So yes, there are a lot of South Indians over there as well. You are 100% right. A lot of people would not imagine that there are
right,
South Indians in Manipur, but there is Manipur does not only have, for our viewers, I'm saying, Manipur does not only have the Maites, the Cookies, the Nagas. They also have the Gurkhas. They also have the South Indians.
right.
So it is, I would say,
Right.
unity in diversity. That way, I would call it this way. Yes, ma'am.
Quite,
It's
quite right.
very
Quite
interesting
right.
speaking to you.
Right. Because a lot of them were indentured labor, and they worked in the fields. In fact, they were the ones who worked in the field, who enriched the country. They were all chased out. So that was a sad part of it. Anyway, uh, now they're settled in their own ways. So I don't know. Is there anything else that I could add? I have.
Uh, Ma'am, And ma'am, let's talk about the time you spent in Ukhrul. That's actually where your roots are. That's where your actual native place is. And I have very, very fond memories of Shanshak. And I have very, very dear friends, the Shimrangs, the Shishaks. The Shishaks, you know very well, in fact. So
Right,
we've always
right.
heard very, very good things about the Khating family. So let's talk about your memories from Ukhrul, ma'am.
Ukhrul, I'm not, I don't really have such memories because we hardly went there. And that is when we were really very, very small uh, children. And I only remember by that time my grandfather was no more, but Ai was there, the grandmother was there. And every time we used to go, my God, she used to run after our Jeep when we used to leave. And, it was so sad, but they were very, very sweet of them. And the family is still there. A lot of the family is still there, although many have gone here and there. But recently, when I went, I just could not recognize Ukhrul at all. It's become like, I don't know what, it's really not that green or, pretty anymore on the hillside. There's shops all over the place, and it's like a dump, really. So I hope they, you know, uh, make it, the municipality or any will do a proper planning now for this. We had gone there just recently, like 2 years ago, because of the Assam Rifles had wanted to. They have put up a statue of my father there in Ukhrul, and so we had gone there for placing of the statue opening, and it was very, very solemn. And the whole Ukhrul came actually there. So that way, I mean, they all remember. They still remember my father, but now all the old people no more. So it's very difficult.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Anything?
really, I reckon that you are also very, very busy, and yet you took out time. And ma'am, I'm really, truly grateful to you. It was very, very enjoyable and very interesting being in this conversation with you. And it's always, it's always nostalgia and always very, very solid, positive connect I have whenever I talk about any place in the northeast part of India. And of course, ma'am, and before I let you go, ma'am, any
Yes.
last message you would like to throw out in the universe? And I also recall that you are very sweet of you. You're holding the phone so patiently, and आपके भी हाथ दर्द कर रहे होंगे शायद.
No,
And
no. I, I mean, please don't forget that I'm a soldier's daughter.
that's the spirit. I'm so happy to hear that.
I can I can hold
your
this up
brother,
as a
your
rifle.
brother John, your brother John. I
Yeah,
was in conversation with him, and he also has the same soldier spirit in him. In fact,
we can hold this up as a rifle as long as we know.
man. And any last message you would like to throw out in the universe, or anything you would like to say, ma'am, please?
Uh, I don't know whether I have such wisdom, but the thing is, when I began, I just said that I think one of the biggest traits of my father that I would say um, would be his sense of bonding with people. And this is something that, that's why everyone warmed up to him. Everyone, whether low or high or anyone. So, and he wasn't a person to say, I'm such a decorated man or this or that. No, not at all. With anyone. And he was always so fond of the dogs and our pets. We had all types of pets, some deer. bear. People used to give us all sorts of things, so we had to keep them. But it was a very, very warm family, and I think that is what he taught us. With my mother also, with my mother, everybody, then they'd have these parties, and he would. His favorite was um, smile the clouds away, or
Right.
sing the clouds away, or
Wow.
pray the clouds away. If you sing and if you sing and smile and pray, you'll drive the clouds away. So,
Right.
right?
How
And my
lovely is that?
mother's was her favorite was Que Sera Sera. So they were very well known for this. They'd have these get-togethers because those days there were no clubs, no nothing like that. So every now to get together to cheer people, to cheer the staff, um, they uh, somehow they'd all we have these get-togethers, and it would always be in the DC's house or the chief secretary's house. So, and they were very, 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 very happy to be there, and so were we.
Right, man. You spoke about your memory with the deer and the bear and your pet bear. We
Yes,
had gone to Bhutan and to the Imtrat, and the commandant at the Imtrat, Bhutan, General Pillai, very, very dear family friend of ours, in fact. He was the
right,
PGS when I was the ADC to the GOC3 Corps. And
right.
he told us he also had a bear there. But unfortunately, the bear mauled some people, so they had to free it out. I hope
Okay.
you were friendly with the bear, and I hope the bear was friendly with you.
No, no, no. The bear then was given to the Assam Rifles to look after.
Okay, okay,
You know,
okay.
it was not kept. But my mother used to keep the cows for the milk. That she
How
would
sweet.
have, that she had, because I mean, maybe over there at that time, locals, they can eat the meat, but they never used to drink milk. But she said, insisted that anywhere, whether it's Twensang, Mokokchung, the cow had to be brought from Assam, and always someone or the other had to look after the cow. So
Right, man.
we had very colorful staff also.
Right,
Anyway,
right. Ma'am, it's been such a delight, such an honor and a privilege to be in conversation with you. And thank you very much for your time. My regards to your family, my regards to Mr. Gupta, and regards to everyone in your family, ma'am.
thank
Thank
you
you. And we
so
are
very
having
much.
this We're having the Major Bob Khating Memorial Lecture on the 8th of
On
December at the
Saturday,
USI. And
right,
I'm hoping to meet your brother John on the 7th itself for dinner,
right.
hopefully, and subsequently on this. Great, ma'am. Thank you very much for your time, ma'am. It's been such an honor speaking to
Thank you.
you.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for
Jai Hind,
having me.
ma'am.
Jai
Thank you,
Hind.
ma'am.
Okay. Bye.